Okay, boys and girls, today I'm going to show you how you can create a Kirigami snowflake. First thing that you will need is your piece of white paper, and we need to turn this paper into a square. So the easiest way to do this is to take the one corner and you're going to create a triangle out of the paper. So we're going to fold this up until it meets, and then go ahead and you can actually crease that because we're going to be folding this into more of a triangle shape anyways. Then all this, this long rectangle that gets left off, if you want to go ahead and crease that, that's what we need to cut off. So that's up to you. I'm just going to cut right along my triangle line just to make sure that I am accurate. So you always have to start with a square shape. So when I open this up, you see that it is a square, in fact. So now I'm going to fold this over. Make sure you take the time to make sure that your edges meet. So we're going to fold the paper 3 times. So this is 1. We're going to fold it again. So just constantly creating a new triangle. So this is 2, so you might have to mess with that a little bit to make sure it meets up correctly. And now 3. Okay, if you check out the folds that we have going on here, every side of this is a little bit different. So we've got one side of our triangle that's a ton of edges. It's all edges of the paper. This side has some folds, and this side is just one fold. So what we need to do is on the side that has all of the edges of the paper, we're going to work on this side first. So you want to have a pencil nearby. You're going to put a dot towards the middle of your triangle, and then on the side with all of those edges of the paper, we're going to add another dot here and here. And what we're going to do with our scissors is we are going to cut some sort of design that goes and connects these dots. This is going to become the edge of your snowflake. So I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors, holding this all together, keeping it into my triangle shape. I'm going to start at that first dot, and I'm going to work my way to this dot. And then I'm going to work my way back to the other dot. Okay, so you could see that I've created this edge, and if I unfold this just a little bit, you'll see this will be the design on the edges of my snowflake, but you want to keep this folded up. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this corner here, so the opposite corner of where we had just cut, and we're just going to cut this corner off, and you can make a fun design with how you cut this off. That's up to you, but this will be the inside, or like the very middle of our snowflake. So you can see I just cut off a small shape there. And if I open that shape up, let's see if I can do that, you'll be able to see the design that'll be cut away from the center of my snowflake. So that was the shape that I had cut out. So now the last thing we need to do is we are going to be creating lots of shapes, so inside of our snowflake. So we want to make sure that we're cutting the shapes on the folded side this time. So the folded side, this is just the side that has the one fold. So I'm going to be working on cutting out as many shapes, cutting as much of the paper as possible off without running my shapes into one another. So I'm going to kind of curve up into here because I want to cut off as much of the paper as possible. So I'm going to cut my first shape here. Tight. Now I'm just going to keep making some more designs in this area, but not running into my other cuts that I had just made. So So it's important that we are cutting on that big fold. And you want to make as many cuts, as many designs in here as you can. So now that I have this, my snowflake is finished. I hope you could see that. I wasn't really checking the screen. And now I can unfold this. And I've got my Kirigami snowflake. So let's see if I can actually open this up and see the design I got. So pretty neat. This one turned out really cool. So you can make a couple of these and pick one that you like. And the biggest size is that 8.5 by 8.5. If you want to make a smaller square for a smaller snowflake, you can do that. You will just need a ruler to do that.